to Malik Thompson. And Thompson dropped for a loss. Very excellent read there by Wise, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Huge play for the Pumas.
You know, they just cannot allow really.
Watch the strong safety.
Look at how far he got the ball, and look at how these guys react to the ball and just be aggressive and make the tackle. I mean,
and
this is Wise react.
Once again, they're going east to west.
East to west. And look, with this Wise team, it seems like you can't do that. And they're too fast defensively for you to run east to west. You got to go downhill. You got to get 1 yard and just get in the middle of that defense and attack it.
Your old teammate that wore number 52 was pretty good at going east to west. Ray
East
Lewis.
to west. There we go. Just go at it.
Wally, that number 11.
Very good punt there. It's going to be fielded at the 35 and by Miles Wolfick, and he just falls forward. He's going to gain about 2. Doug.
Maverick Gamble, number 11.
Yes.
He's the one that closed on that.
Yes.
And that's a name now, Maverick Gamble.
That is a name.
When you have a little baby laying there and the thing, I think I'm going to name him Maverick. You're going to plan, you know what I mean? Especially if your last name's Gamble. And he's number 2.
You know what?
Second. His daddy was Maverick Gamble.
If you have the kid laying there and you come up with a name, you might want to check his reflexes first. That's all I'm saying, right?
You know, Bruce,
I got some great advice when my child was born. They said, name your kid Brick. You know why? Because nobody named Brick has to take anything off of anybody.
That's right.
First down now from the 37-yard line. Here comes Wise. They have a 21-0 lead. I guess you could say the same thing about naming your child Jed, right? And here's the give. Good read by Howard, but he keeps his forward momentum going and going to get out to around the 38-yard line. That is Carlton Rainey.
What I said, Rain, not the Rainmaker. You know, the Rainy model or whatever that was.
My name.
Nothing's wrong with your name.
Come on, guys. I'm not even in the booth with you guys. I'm taking heat. My goodness.
I mean, this is what you call just being an athlete. You see the stiff arm, changing direction, trying to make something out of nothing. There wasn't nothing out there. Look how many Howard players out there.
That was beautiful. Those guys. They're
how
still playing now. There's no backup in Howard.
That's the end of the first quarter. Wise making it a runaway here, 21-0 over Howard. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission...
Here, we're gonna give you guys a shot. What? Bacon with cheese?
Wendy's new Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger. Aged Gouda together with Swiss Gruyere Fondue and Wendy's new Bacon Fondue Fries. Cheese finally has its day.
The three of us all want the same thing. To see the Flash dead.
What makes you think you can stop him this time?
3 against 1.
Ho, ho, ho.
What do you say, speed freak? You want to roast chestnuts?
Time for a real war on Christmas. Oh, yeah.
It's official.
Tuesday at 8 on the CW Baltimore.
Welcome back to Raven Stadium, 21-0 in favor of Wise right now. Aaron Boston is over here on the bench. He has ice taped to his right knee, and his mother is now here with him. Aaron is he's definitely visually upset here. He's got a towel around his head, as you can see, and that's his mother there standing next to him, and he is officially out of the game.
Very, very sad, Jed. Very sad. But aside from that, you're down there on that Wise sideline. They seem pretty fired up right now.
Well, you know what? Actually, they seem like they were fired up every time there's a big play, but they play like they've been here before, Bruce, and they have.
And they have. You're right about that. 2nd and 8 from the 39-yard line. Here comes Wise once again, looking out into the flats, and they're going to complete it at the 45. Miles Wolfick with the catch, and they're going to drive him back, and they're going to down that one at the 47, and that's going to be a first down for Wise. Wally, they're a machine right now.
Coach, Coach, they just cannot give them this 10-yard cushion when they're throwing these quick outs. Okay, I mean, it's easy pickings out here right now.
I don't know, Wally. Bryson Cravens, he's looking at that cat going, wait a second, I ain't putting him in press coverage. He can go right by, you know. I'll tackle him with a little game here. Ain't going to be me gets beaten Raven Stadium for the touchdown.
That's a good look there at Jabari Laws, the Wise quarterback. Everything going their way right now. If I were them, I'd go out in the parking lot and look for wallets. They'd probably find a couple, right about now.
Full of $100 bills.
We're getting great defensive play up front by Howard. The down guys. Robinson playing like crazy. McNair.
Law's trying the other side, a little pick. And that's going to be complete to Damon Hayes. And Hayes is going to be out around the 50 or the 46-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and about 4. What do we see here?
Well, it's just a great play call. I think a good opportunity to get some balls out to some of the athletes. And once you get the ball in some of your athletes' hand, okay, that's when they're able to make some plays and make something happen.
Our ref in the booth, Scott Balsick.
Just want to point out on that play, real nice officiating. The ball was thrown in or behind the neutral zone, so he was allowed to use the pick on that play.
Number 1 came back, picked him, too. He's going to UNC.
And here's Laws out of the shotgun. And he gives it to his back, who crosses the 45, and he's going to get down to around a 42-yard line. That's Carlton Rainey. And from the spot, it looks like he picked up the first down.
He's been the workhorse for him all year long. He's got about 300 carries.
Just looking for the hole. Following his blockers.
And he pops you when he hits you.
Coach, when you're game planning against a team like this with so many specialty guys who are college prospects, I mean, what kind of pressure does that put on your defense?
Got to try and play like 7 diamond and just bring as many people you can. Hope you find a gap. Play 4-3, bring all 3. It's like the old Raven defense. You know what I mean? Bring one more Nick block no matter what.
And they go out into the flats and room to run. Was hit initially by John Farquharson. And that's going to be a gain. We'll call that 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Nothing fancy, Waller.
With a hat on the hat, just getting an eye formation, just run downhill. And this game is still fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals are still driven here. You have to know who to block, and you have to know how to keep your pad level low. And a lot of times,
they get tough to stop. Them running backs are always going north and south.
But gentlemen, I'm going to state the obvious. I'm very, very impressed with the Wise Pumas right now.
And look, the blocking and the intensity behind what they do. It really shows. I mean, every block they've made so far in the end zone, you see 1 or 2 guys still blocking to the snap of the whistle until the play is over. So even on that last touchdown, I got to give a little shout out there to Trayvon Burrell.
Woolfolk throwing into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Some great defense there for Howard by Bryson Craven. And that prevented the 2-point conversion from going, so the score will remain 27-0.
He's the playmaker now. He's their best corner. So they picked the wrong guy at that time. But once they missed that extra point.
I just love the smash mouth blocking. Watch the lineman downfield pushing and making this thing happen. I mean, that's what you want right there for your kids, okay? You want to see them play to the whistle, and I love it. I love it. A great job there.
You know, the linemen look good there, but Carlton Rainey has got the ability to break tackles, and you got to appreciate that in a running back.
All over. Now, there's a guy right there that great coverage,
Looked like he might have been slightly early, but the referee's right there in great position. He didn't see it, so it didn't
happen.
You
got to let him play. Like I said last night, that was a great call or no call by that official. But neither one had a chance.
You know, it's funny. Ball. They just took the shot there of DeLon Parrish. We just saw him, and it looks like he's down 27-0.
Oh, he is not a smiler on the football field. He's got a buddy named Tommy Green, who coaches over at Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And Tommy said one time, "No, I wouldn't smile if you gave him a free hot dog."
Hey, the CW Baltimore is committed to local sports, carrying MPSSAA football championships, MIAA lacrosse championships, and in 2015 and 2016, we'll broadcast the 59th annual Big 33 Football Classic live from Hershey Park Stadium. Maryland's top players versus Pennsylvania's. Mark your calendars, Saturday, June 18th, 2016, the Big 33. And returning the kick was Malik Anderson, and he gets it up, it looks like, around the 30-yard line. And that is where Howard will go for work.
Nice little return, trying to pick a spot, picked up the blocking in front of him. Number 5, reach up and get somebody, and that wouldn't do it.
You know, Scott Balsick, our referee in the booth, as the Ravens PA announcer, I've become acutely aware over the last 17 years of what an inexact science spotting the ball is.
Oh, yeah.
It is, and in general, you'll see after a change of possession like this, it'll move to the nearest solid line. So you can see it's placed squarely on the 30. That's really where you want to start a series. Nice job.
He gives to Malik Anderson. Anderson on the right side, and he's going to get across the 35-yard line. Nice gain, about 6 yards. And Howard with a 2nd and 4.
He's impressive. He's impressive. And the whole Howard line, they just moved those blue guys a little bit, and that's not easy. You were mentioning the Big 33. DeLon Parrish is the head coach next year for the Big 33. So, and
we got, you know what? We got to get Wally up there for the Big 33.
Well, you know what? I want Wally to come to the Big 33 this year.
It rained like the wrath of God. They called off the second half. We're up there at Hershey Park, and we saw the roller coaster stop running, and I said to Doug, we're in trouble. Here's Malik Anderson on the left side, and Anderson's going to pick up about a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
You're going to make a point to get there this year. That's for sure. Make a point to get there and enjoy that party with you guys.
Oh, yeah. You and I ride the roller coaster.
Anderson and Casey Crawford.
Didn't quite make it.
Wow. Boy, does he get laid out. That was an excellent hit there.
But Casey did a good job. I thought that the ball was inside. I didn't think he made it.
Let's take a look at this replay.
Very nice.
There you see Crawford. And
he can tuck that ball in the other hand and know where that first down yardage is.
And that was Miles Woolfolk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
you know, when you can see the bottoms of their cleats.
You're 27 sacks, Wally.
Talking about John Daka, right?
John Daka.
27 sacks.
27 sacks.
That's pretty good, even for a high school kid.
Wally, next year you've got to come. I'll make a point of calling you in the playoffs because you got to come Roosevelt Wise football game. Whew.
We've got a timeout on the field with 7:10 to go in the second quarter. Wise leading at 27-0. We'll be back with more of the state 4A championship from M&T Bank Stadium right after this.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
MSU Band presents the Marching Band Show, featuring the Morgan State University Magnificent Marching Machine. Join the fun 4 p.m. Saturday, December 5th, as the Morgan State Band performs all its hit songs for the 2015 Marching Band season, live at the Carl G. Murphy Fine Arts Center. For more information, go to msuband.org.
With 9 essential nutrients, low-fat chocolate milk can be an important part of your recovery routine. Refuel with chocolate milk after your next workout.
Just before the timeout, we had a Wise player just kind of lay down on the field, Donnell Lowry, and you can see he was looking to throw there, Anderson was, and then he tucked it in and went upfield, lost his footing. And Howard's going to have to punt.
Wally, in your terms, it's time for a little trickeration from Howard. I'm not sure they should fake the punt here, but they're going to have to start doing some stuff, double pass or whatever, because they're just having a tough time moving that.
And there's the fake.
I'm not too sure that one. Oh, my God.
It was incomplete. The punter, Vanden Vale, was trying to hit Michael Gillespie, and Gillespie could not hang on.
Good
and now
call,
Wise is going to take over in Howard territory.
Good call. Good call. You got to knock them off the.
Coach, you called it.
Yeah. Well, you got it. You got to try and do that here. It's all good too.
Sold the fake.
Wide open.
29 would have blocked him. He had the first down.
I tell you what, that Vanden Vale is going to be seeing that one in his sleep for days to come.
It's tough. That was a very good call by Bruce Strunk.
And those are just some of the things that we talked about in the very beginning, of just about being on this stage. This game is.
Sorry, look at that. Nothing fancy. Fakes the handoff, turns upfield.
And again, it's the blocking outside. You see your receivers blocking, and this is how you get your long runs on the outside, Coach.
28-yard gain.
450 yards on the year doing just that. That's tough on old Moody there. There was a kid last year, we're number 88.
Encroachment. Howard.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
That's, the whole thing about Caden is, too, just be able to vary that thing up enough to make it happen.
Well, Wally's an old center. He knows all about cadence.
Oh, yeah.
From the 10, 1st and 5 for Wise. The Pumas out of PG County. Jabari Laws got a man open, underthrew him, and it's incomplete. Going to be seeing that one for a while, too. Anthony Litton Jr. there, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Well, a great job about Howard's D-line is getting pressure on the quarterback. I mean, that was the problem with that. Throw had to be a little rushed. But, we talked about this Howard defense and those guys trying to get to the quarterback and making something happen. They have not stopped playing. They have not stopped playing. They're still aggressive and still trying to get back into this game. And that's what you want these kids to do, to play to the whistle and play a great game, a great full game.
And I think they're doing that, Wally.
There's the give straight upfield. That is Carlton Rainey. 5 yards, touchdown Wise. It is now 33-0.
Well, Bruce, you're talking about a school that's been in business for 10 years. They've got 82 kids playing Division I or Division II football. 82.
And coming into this game, I mean, it may not look like it, but both of these teams are undefeated. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Both of these teams are undefeated and have had success all year. So this is just a thing. Well, you got a hat on the hat.
Let's go over to Scott Balsick. You see Scott after he crosses the end zone, he loses the football right there. But he had broken the plane? Is that the call?
He had, and in fact, this is one of the advantages of the state changing over to a 6-man mechanic. You had an official standing right on the goal line. As soon as the ball penetrated, it was a touchdown.
Kofi Yeboah with the extra point. That makes it 34-0. Wise leading.
Being a nose guard at Howard's tough. That kid 51 just double teamed off there by about, I did a quick thing. He was double teamed off there by 602 pounds.
Now, another rule that could come into play here. We're still in the second quarter. There's still 6 minutes to go. But Scott Balsick, 35-point lead. It's a running clock in the second half, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
So let's say they go into the halftime with a 35-point lead. Does the running clock start with a kickoff in the second half?
That's exactly right. That's where it'll start.
Could be an early night for us.
Wow.
Let's see here. Congratulations to our Maryland Wendy's High School Heisman winner, Seneca Friend of Long Reach High, and Hayden Lindsay of Mountain Ridge High School. The national winners will be announced December 11th in New York City. Winners will receive national honor and recognition during ESPN's national telecast of the College Heisman Memorial Trophy presentation. And a $5,000 award will also be donated to the winners' high school. Good luck to Seneca. We're going to meet Seneca at halftime. We're looking forward to that. And again, the kickoff's got to be picked up, and it is picked up. And crossing the 15-yard line for Howard is Bryson Craven. And that's where they're going to drop him, and that's where he's going to go to work.
Well, this has been all Wise. I mean, this has been all Wise from the kickoff. This has been their game plan, and it has worked to a T. They don't want any big plays, and we haven't seen anybody in this offense so far. So I hope Howard finished the half off here with a great run. We need a score. He will be playing at James Madison next year.
Oh, he's something.
Matt Bernstein was the guy that got beat there, and Madison, one of the better FCS programs.
And look, we talked about this team, and they ran into a buzzsaw against this Wise team tonight. You see athletes across the board, and they just may be a little bit overmatched with the athletes that Wise has right now.
Well, they start bringing them, and they get in that Rex Ryan mode. DeLon does. And he starts bringing them, buddy. You got to look out because if you can throw the ball, you'd be okay, but you can't throw it.
That was Malik Anderson. He picked up 1 yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 18 from the 7-yard line. Those are ugly numbers if you're Howard.
Well, look, when you're playing defense with Wise right now, it's all fun right now. Yeah. Okay, you're playing D-line, it's all fun right now.
You pin your ears back and let it rip.
But I tell you, hey, you're playing offensive line for Howard. All right, this is not a good situation to be in.
Howard's got a nice left tackle, though, Wally. Watch him over here settle.
Casey Crawford going down the sideline. And there's a flag right there. That was Miles Woolfolk on defense, and he just got in front of the receiver. Let's see what James Boyd has to say about this call. And then we're going to check in with Scott Balsick. Here we go. James Boyd, the crew chief. Scott.
Interference. Wise. 15-yard penalty. Be a first down.
Woolfolk, Scott, was preventing the downfield progress of the Howard receiver.
In high school football, there is no distance limitation to how far down the field you can contact the opponent until the ball's in the air. When the ball's in the air, it becomes pass interference. But prior to the ball being in the air, you can go any distance. As long as you keep the receiver in front of you, you can contact him. But when the ball's in the air, it becomes pass interference.
Folks that are used to watching a lot of NFL football, the rules are different on the high school level.
A little different.
And probably better from what we've seen out of the NFL.
Yeah.
Crawford
There
going
you
downfield. Look at that big arm. Overthrows the receiver by about 5 yards. That was Malik Anderson, but that kid can throw it, Doug.
Yeah, he's got a nice arm. He's a very, very good quarterback. He's done a great job this year. This is a tough venue to operate in.
Let's have another look. You can see the big arm. He's got plenty of arm, but Anderson just couldn't get downfield.
Yep.
So, Scott, why wasn't that a first down on the pass interference?
That's a great question, and they changed that rule about 3 years ago now. It used to be an automatic first down, and they got rid of that component. So now it's just a 15-yard enforcement, and they came up short of the yard to gain.
Wow.
Michael Gillespie into punt. He's had a busy night.
They're putting pressure on him.
And he gets it off. Nice towering punt. And it's going to be fielded at the 48-yard line. And once again by Miles Woolfolk. And once again, Wise is going to work inside Howard territory.
Well, the nice thing is we have not seen that ball hit the ground on a punt. Those kids will do whatever they've got to do to field that ball in the air.
Good concentration there. Calls for the fair catch. Oh, could have been a flag right there. Scott, why wasn't it?
The covering official made the judgment that he was not inhibited. He caught the kick. There wasn't enough to have interference. Had he not caught the kick, you probably would have seen a flag.
Okay.
Had good coverage by Connor Williams.
I was kidding a little while ago. DeLon Parrish, he looks like he's behind by 34 points instead of up. But I guess you're never satisfied as a head coach, Doug, right?
Well, it's one of those things you got to keep the pressure on him all the time.
Jabari Law is a little low with that pass. He had a receiver there in Damon Hayes, but just couldn't get it to him. And Wally, the thing about this Wise team that impresses me, and we knew that they were good coming in, but how athletic are these guys?
And, these big guys that we were talking about the whole time, these guys can run. They can move, okay? They are in great condition. You don't see guys with their hands on their hips. You see guys ready to play and line up every play. And that's what you want out of your big guys, the stamina and the aggressive behavior.
Dead ball, encroachment, Howard, 5-yard penalty.
I mean, it's just a well-coached team. I mean, we talked earlier, we were talking the whole time. This is the Duval Bowl.
Yes,
okay?
It is. Yeah.
They were well coached, all right? So what we see, these fundamentals right here, it came from the booth.
The winner of this game gets the Doug Duval Trophy.
There you go.
Yes.
You got to take it easy on me. These guys done this on their own,
And the give there, Anthony Litton Jr., and he's going to go for the first down. They've done it on their own, Doug, but they've all come off of your tree.
Well, they when you coach, you hope you have a little following, and couldn't be more proud of all these guys.
I understand what you mean.
I got a young guy named Dave over next door who was a chemistry teacher at Howard and played center for me, Wally. You met him earlier.
Yeah.
Dave Klotz. He's a great kid. Can be, 3-year starter as a center. That's not an easy job.
And you know what? We're not really kidding you. We're paying tribute to you.
Yeah.
Nice career.
Coach, this is your hood out here. Howard, is this your deal? I mean, this is where you come from right here.
DeLon said the same thing. He loved every minute he was in Howard. I tried to stay an extra year at Howard.
You'd have to go up to Massillon, Ohio to do that, right? Look at this. Howard picks it up.
They need a break.
Crosses midfield, and credit that one to Demeji Olenika. And Howard gets the break. They have so long sought, and they are going to business inside of Wise territory. Talk about sudden change.
And this is why you don't quit. We talk about these kids, even though the score is what it is, they are still playing hard up front, and this is the kind of break.
And look, running downfield, trying to get the block, trying to get it going.
Oh, yeah, this is what they needed right here.
And Olayinka had the presence of mind to pick it up, and Doug, coaches don't always want fumbles picked up. You want the players to fumble.
No, you can pick it up as long as you're not wearing anything between 50 and 79. You fall on it. There you go. Break it now. Get it going.
Malik Anderson breaks the tackle, and there's a flag.
I think they might get a hold on that. I'm not sure. Could be a face mask, though, and I didn't see it. Something jerked him around.
A little extracurricular activity as they untangle.
You know, I probably shouldn't say this, but I know for a fact that Michael Oxley had gotten the head coaching job at the University of Maryland, that DeLon was headed there as the defensive back coach. So, gives you an idea of the
You got a hold there on Howard, according to James Boyd.
My jersey's out there on the field.
Hey, you know what? We're joking here, but Wally went into Florida A&M Hall of Fame.
Well, Wally's in his high school Hall of Fame and Florida A&M. Wally was a real player.
Fake and the pass up to around the 45.
But they had to try it.
Wise is all over it.
Rode him out of bounds, got that 15-yard and the first down. That was not smart.
Yeah, that receiver for Howard was Vanden Vale, and the late hit.
There
you go.
I don't have a 44 on my Wise roster.
Not a popular calling that Wise side.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Gets the defense. The 15-yard penalty.
DeLon Parrish did not like that call. Look at him.
He still doesn't like it.
You know,
calm down, DeLon. He like an NFL coach, and he looked like getting control.
When I learned this summer that Wally was going into the FAMU Hall of Fame, I texted him and I said, now when you open your restaurant, you can offer Hall of Fame ribs.
There you go.
Congratulations.
There you go.
On that,
Thank you. It was a great honor. Great to go home, and great to be definitely acknowledged by the hometown team. And, Bruce, I was born in Florida A&M Hospital.
Oh, man.
Okay, so it's always good to go back home.
The Rattlers.
Oh, yeah.
Wally's mama was his high school teacher, so we had to behave a little bit. What'd she teach, Wally?
She taught math. I took math from her for 2 years, yes.
Wow. You took math from your own mother.
I took geometry and algebra 2 from my mom.
So no wiggle room at all there.
Thank you, Mom.
2nd and 9 now from the 40-yard line. Howard trying to make something happen. Malik Anderson.
That very nice play-action fake, though, by Casey Crawford. And Malik's just popping up in there. Malik just hadn't seen this kind of size and speed and all that.
You can see, and there's Malik right there. Tries the left side of the line. A little bit of a hole there, just enough for him to score through.
And that's the best way to go right now. Look, I don't think East and West is going to work right now with this team speed that Wise has. Look, just attack these guys in the middle. Just put a hat on the hat and see what happens. If you get positive yardage, I think that's a good drive, a good start to a drive.
Howard coach Bruce Strunk there. He's hoping his team can get something on the board here before halftime.
Donnell Lowry told me that tackle was the one that hit the turf a little early, but looks like it recovered pretty well. There you go. That's an example of how good that kid is.
And Anderson crosses the 30. That's going to bring up a first down for Howard. The Lions suddenly showing some momentum here.
First time we've seen how that Wise defense on the hills. Look at the cut. Look at that cut. Just one step, go to the open area and get upfield. No razzle-dazzle, no wiggle. Just get upfield and get what you can. A great job
quick. Anderson, 1,858 yards and 23 touchdowns this year for Howard, who came into the game 14-0, just like Wise.
27 touchdowns. That's a lot of points.
There's a really good shot there, Casey Crawford, senior quarterback for Howard. He'd like to get some points on the board before halftime, too. Fake to Anderson.
He's smart enough to throw it away. Almost completed it. But I don't think he saw where he was throwing.
No.
A little dangerous. But, hey, you got to give him credit for hanging in there. You know?
Intended receiver was Tyree Davis. No, it wasn't. It was Dylan Perez. Here you go. Here's the replay.
That's some strength. Look how he just has a guy on him and gets the ball out. That is a great job.
That's Kashif Haya from...
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Kashif Haya from defensive end. You know, when you get defensive ends can bring that pressure like that, Wally, that is such a plus. It makes your coverage, you know, cover zero, whatever you want. You know?
Well, defensive ends right now on any level is a premium. With the spread offense, with the way these receivers, how big they're getting, you got to get somebody to get to the quarterback. So you got a defensive end with some speed on the outside. It is a premium position right now.
Malik Anderson off the left side gets up to around the 26-yard line. Going to be a gain of 4, bring up 3rd and 6. Crucial down here for Howard.
Jabari Gray, 57, playing defense as a 10th grader for them, 285 pounds.
Tell you what, when a team with the talent of Wise, if you've got a sophomore out there, he must be a pretty good player.
He must
be good. Yes,
but he must be pretty tough, too.
And you know what? He's going to be here for a couple more years.
Yep.
We've got a timeout on the field with 1:34 to go in the first half. Wise leads at 34-0. We'll be back with more of the State 4A Championship right after this. Now we're staying here. All right.
there's guys that we haven't talked about a whole lot on Wise's defense. We certainly Doc and Lowry and Gamble, but Hayes, Shelton, Hyatt, those guys can all play,
During halftime, stay tuned for the Wendy's halftime report, and we've got a treat for you. We're going to meet Seneca Friend from Long Reach High School. She is a national finalist for the Wendy's High School Heisman. Member of the National Honor Society, and her specialty, Wally, is math.
Oh,
so
wow.
See, right up your alley.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Howard averaged 34 points a game this year. It'd be nice if they could get a couple of them. If they could just go in and get a touchdown point in here at halftime, that would make a huge difference.
It truly would.
They've really come along. They lost last year to Old Mill in the semifinals. And, the program under Bruce in the last 5 years has just really gotten better and better and better.
So 3rd and 6 now from the 26, as we mentioned. Very big down for Howard to give. They fake us to Malik Anderson.
There you go.
Now they go downfield. The receiver lost his feet.
Nope, they threw it. He was there.
Perez,
he
and
tied him up
flag.
foot-wise. There you go. Wise has had 5 shutouts this year. You're not running that ball on the inside against them cats, I can tell you right now.
No, Wise was all over that one. At it again was Malik Anderson. And look at that, about 4 blue helmets all over.
They got to go to the air. In the Broadneck game, I'll tell you 23 for 20. Sherwood, he was 16 for 23 for 291. So 300-yard throw.
At 3:30, the 1A championship. Havre de Grace, who won their semifinal game 3-0, taking on mighty Fort Hill, who we see here every year. Fort Hill, the defending state champion. That's at 3:30. And then the second game of the doubleheader, the 2A state championship at 7. Patuxent from Southern Maryland taking on Walkersville from the Frederick area, and that will complete the 4 state championships tomorrow. All of it right here on the CW Baltimore. You guys ready for a doubleheader?
Well, here's what happens. I am, and Scott just handed me a little note. Green Bay last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lay this baby up in the end zone, hope for the best, and see what happens. Now
that Fort Hill Havre de Grace is going to be a rematch, isn't it? Those guys?
No, Fort Hill is coming back. But it's the first time for Havre de Grace in a long while. And they used to
there was
be
another
loaded.
team from up that way, though.
Right.
Was it Average? No, it wasn't Average.
It was, I'll tell you in just a second.
Look at this. Look at this.
There you go.
Back to the quarterback.
Waiting on it.
Red at the 15-yard line, and he's got room to run. For Wise, that is Michael Clark. When Clark crosses midfield, they knock him out of bounds at about the 42, and that's going to bring the first half to an end. And with a flourish, Michael Clark with a big play. Look at the fist pump there from DeLon Parrish. Wise denies Howard, and they go into the locker room with a 34-0 lead. Look at the read by the defense.
And this is why you stay on your guys, okay? And we see the coaches still coaching like they're losing 34-0 because you want your guys to play this game, to pay attention, because as Coach said, they're probably going to use some trickery to get some scores going, and you want your guys to follow their keys and pay attention, and that's exactly what happened on that defensive play.
Well, Michael Clark, he's outstanding.
He really is. Let's go downstairs to Jed Gamber with a very happy DeLon Parrish.
Coach Parrish, you got to be, you guys had a little bit of a hiccup there on offense, but you got to be proud of your defense of the way they responded there.
Absolutely. They were playing tough all year long. We're fast, we're physical, flying to the ball. It's a tough job trying to stop number one, but they're doing a good job right now.
Being up by this much, it'd be easy to let off the gas a little bit, but you guys are just, pedal to the metal. I mean, you guys have been in a situation like this before.
Absolutely. All year long, we've been in games like this, so this is nothing to us. We're just going to keep going forward 110, make it happen.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Bruce, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jed. That sounds like a Doug Duval a pupil.
Well, you know what? Don't think those kids from Wise don't know this number 1 kid broke the launch record. They know that. Kids today, they're on that stuff, and they came out. I knew Malik was going to be in for a tough game because those kids from Wise, they love their Coach Parrish.
It is 34-0 at halftime. Stick around. The Wendy's halftime report is up next.
Value